Big news of the day. Today, the Supreme Court upheld birthright citizenship, ruling President Trump did not have the authority to end it through an executive order.
The decision is drawing strong reaction from both supporters and critics, including people here in Texas.
Katira Winfrey in the newsroom with more on what this means and what's next. Katira?
Well, Lynn and Mia, in a statement, President Trump said the decision is, quote, too bad for America, but also said he'd accept the ruling. Immigrant advocates say even the attempt was an overstep because the highest court's ruling part of the process the founding fathers intended. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled against President Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship, which would have gone against the 14th Amendment, granting citizenship and equal protection under the law.
Not only was the executive order wrongfully given, but that a president cannot undermine the Constitution of the United States.
Chief Justice John Roberts, in his opinion, saying the president had scant evidence for this dramatically revisionist view. Rights professor of legal studies David Lee Braun says the original intent of the 14th Amendment was to provide citizenship to recently freed slaves, right to due process, and equal protection under the law.
It was also made clear that this was the general test of citizenship in the United States. That would apply to all.
President Trump signed the executive order immediately after taking office, leaving many immigrant communities in limbo, questioning how it would be enforced and how many would end up stateless.
It does bring us a sense of hope that at the end of the day, the founding fathers, when they set up the three branches of government, the executive, the judicial, and the legislative, meant when people make bad decisions, there's checks and balances in the Constitution.
Opponents like Speaker of the House Mike Johnson claim people are visiting America in large numbers just to give birth, a claim others argue isn't true.
It's one of those things that was intended to serve a noble and important purpose and has been thwarted and overused and abused. And I will say I'm very disappointed in that outcome.
Lee Braun says based on the arguments presented, he's not shocked by the court's decision.
Circumstances may have changed, but the Constitution has not. And this is a case in which history, the purposes of the amendment, the originalist understanding of the amendment, the text of the amendment, really all came together.
And although the Speaker of the House said the decision was disappointing, he did say any efforts to amend the Constitution would be hard fought. And if it was presented, it would take years. Back to you.